Hello everyone, this is the Duke, and I'm going to be bringing to you some games today. Well, hopefully 2 or 3 games. I don't really know how much I'm going to get done. But anyways, this first game is a team game that I played last night. And the reason I'm casting this one is because we got cheesed like so hardcore. And I know a lot of people actually get turned off by playing StarCraft because of cheese. So I'll just show you like just this game and just an example of like what to do if you get cheesed hardcore. So anyways, it's a 3v3 on Ulaan Deeps, which is the worst of the 3v3 maps in my opinion. Anyways, we got my buddy LevelOne spawning as the red Terran, me as the teal Zerg, and CakeSaucE as the blue Terran. Then we have Starshoot as the purple Zerg, who, by the way, is 6-pooling. We have Yellow as King Raymond as the yellow Zerg, and I think he does like a 9-pool maybe. I don't know. I didn't really see much of him throughout most of the game. And then we have Reverend as the orange Protoss, who, let's see, I can't remember what he did exactly, but we'll find out. So LevelOne decides to do something kind of unusual and go for a low ground wall off. This can work out to some degree, so that, well, the problem is if this supply depot falls, you know, that's it. It's even, I guess it's kind of harder to defend. I don't really know what he was going here. I think he was going for like fast Reapers or possibly. He was on a Reaper trip last night, so that's kind of just what he wanted to do. So purple, his lings are out right now, and they're heading out towards, I think they're going for level 1 because his buildings are on the low ground, making it that much harder to defend. Meanwhile, Reverend is just doing a Stargate opening. King Raymond, I think, did like he did like a 14 pool. So the lings are out, and now we are having all kinds of problems. Luckily, his wall off is finished, and he can start producing Marines, and Starshoot's kind of an idiot and just ran right past it because he did a rally into the base. But LevelOne's got to be super careful. He does pull his SCVs to try and get the supply depot. However, the supply depot falls, which it looks like it's going to, and that's a really bad position to be in. And now that was awesome. Was that not cool? So he does manage to get his supply depots up and at least prevent them from running in, at least for a little bit. Now Reverend has dropped a forge, and he has this probe here, so it looks like he's going to be trying to cannon rush. So not only is LevelOne getting 6-pooled, he's also about to get cannon rushed. Man, I love ladders sometimes. It's so much fun. So I've got lings out, and I'm going to try and help him. However, there are too many lings. Luckily, LevelOne is still repairing. He does need to send some of his workers back. But once the cannons get up, it's going to be a real problem. So there's too many lings here to deal with this. CakeSaucE is going Reapers. I mean, not Reapers, Hellions, because that's kind of what he was doing all night. CakeSaucE did Hellions, LevelOne likes Reapers, and I kind of just did whatever I could. So these photon cannons are about to go up, and this is getting really bad for us. Yep, there's the first photon cannon, and it is going to be, and unfortunately his units are trapped on the outside of his wall, so he is going to get promptly killed by these Zerglings and these 2 photon cannons. So this is one reason people hate ladders, because like people never really want to play a real game. But regardless, we wouldn't cast this game if I wouldn't be casting this game if we lost. That just wouldn't be exciting. So you already know that we're gonna win it, but how are we gonna win it? You'll see. You'll see. It's some pretty cool stuff. So I've got these speedlings out. Luckily, purple still has slow lings. However, he was pretty prepared. He got some spine crawlers up. Yellow, on the other hand, he has more lings than I do, and he's going for like a triple hatchery in his main. And I think they're just gonna try and speedling us to death. So LevelOne's pissed, as you can imagine. I mean, it is pretty cheesy, like what these guys just did, but. So LevelOne's moving into my base, which I'm not entirely a fan of because he's dead, but I'm not dead. I decided to spine crawler up and prepare for the possible worst. I see that there's a bunch of lings coming out towards us. Luckily, CakeSaucE does have, let's see, where is it? Yeah, there's his Hellions. And he's going for a Hellion drop into the main of Orange, who at this point in time doesn't have anything to defend against this. He doesn't have gateway tech yet. So a lot of damage is going to be caused. Now these guys tried to push on me, however, I do have a bunch of spine crawlers, so it's not really going to be an issue for me. Purple decides to pull back in the meantime. So now this is one thing you shouldn't do if you're getting chased by Hellions, is line up all your probes, or else you're just going to lose absurd amounts of probes. So really nice drop there from CakeSaucE. He was able to kill quite a few probes. Meanwhile, Yellow is going to be pushing in, making sure that level 1 is not back in his main base, whereas CakeSaucE is going for a little bit of a drop again. And yeah, Zerglings against Hellions doesn't really work. A little bit, some minor control issues from CakeSaucE. However, he does manage to get a pickup and save save 2 of his Hellions. Meanwhile, I'm in here just causing even more problems for Orange, because I don't like Orange, because I think he's kind of a douche right now for cannon rushing. And Purple, oh man, I just have it out for Purple. Like, if I made a vendetta that if no matter what happens, I would kill Purple, even if we lost the match, that I would kill Purple. Because seriously, 6-pooling, if you 6-pool, you have no soul. If you're watching this game and you're a 6-pooler, well, I just said you have no soul. And if you feel like you need to dislike this, do it, because I still think you have no soul. Also, if you cannon rush, so lame. Anyways, done. Now that I'm off of that tangent, Purple decides to pull back because he does not have enough lings to deal with 3 spine crawlers and a bunch of lings. Meanwhile, Zergling medevac, really effective, as it turns out. The Zerglings have such low health that the medevacs can like very easily heal them. However, Zealots just do too much damage against Zerglings, so it is looking kind of scary for us at this moment. Although we do have Hellions and Lings in here, and I've got enough spine crawlers to hold any possible aggression that Orange wants to bring to the table. Meanwhile, CakeSaucE is transitioning into tank Hellion, and those tanks will be really effective against those stalkers. However, little bit of a, I don't think he meant to siege that close, but I was able to get a decent round with my Lings and pick off his stalkers. The stalkers were the threat as of right now, because my Lings, I have better Ling control than both of these guys, as it turns out. So Yellow decides to transition to Roaches, because Roaches are a good counter to Hellions, naturally, and Roaches actually are really good against Lings. So right now we're kind of in a tough position, just because there's all these Hellions, all these Roaches coming towards us, and I only have Lings, at least for another 75 seconds until my Spire gets up. And, you know, these guys were not pressing their advantage. Now, I haven't seen the replay until just now, and man, these guys just didn't press the advantage that they had. They both should have, like, expanded to every base. Starshoot went for expand, and his is almost done. He hasn't started his Spire yet. Oh, there it is. Meanwhile, Orange hasn't expanded, Yellow hasn't expanded. Level 1 has just gotten back up, but for how long, really? So we're able to pick off these Roaches inside of his base. And as of right now, King Raymond is still one-basing it. He does have 3 hatcheries, but he's not really, but he only has 1 queen, and he hasn't been staying on top of injects. So, yeah, I'm fairly certain these guys were low-level players, simply because his queen has over 170 energy on it. Starshoots, I think Starshoot's been on top of injects the whole time. And then Reverend, it took him a really long time to get his gateway tech up. So, at least for now, well, that just goes to show you that low-level players really need to watch more StarCraft and learn how to play the game, because cannon rushing, so lame. So these cannons are a nuisance. We can't really do anything. I can't do anything about them. I don't have enough speedlings for this. And I'm trying to like save every unit I possibly can until my mutas come out, which they are about to come out. Purple just finished his Spire. He doesn't have any minerals to produce mutas yet. He does have quite a bit of gas though. So I've got these mutas out, and I'm gonna go and try and ruin Orange's day. He does have this cannon, so I've got to be super careful about where I go. And it looks like level 1 is going, he's probably going to lose his base. He is getting roached and linged pretty hardcore. So in the meanwhile, I'm trying to take my base, and CakeSaucE is going to try and defend it so that I can get mutas up. So here I am in Orange's base. I'm able to do a little bit of damage, and at least delay mining. I managed to kill a few probes. not too much. A little bit of a miss micro there from me. And so now I'm just going to try and take down his next. I mean, I figure why not. Although the smarter thing to do would have been to go right for yellow's base, I think, in retrospect, because now he's spore probably up. But luckily, I'm able to do a good amount of damage to his nexus before he does anything about it. Meanwhile, Raymond is putting all of his forces over. I don't know why he rallied all of his forces over here, but... So I'm able to once again delay mining for him. And, yeah. These guys. Like, just watching this game, it just reminds me of, like, how angry I was, like, playing this whole game. And how much I just wanted these guys to like, just lose and feel bad about what they did. So I've got a bunch of Mutalisks right now. I've got 15 Mutalisks to the 3 Mutalisks of purple. And I should have thought about the fact that purple was probably going to go Mutalisk and like try to kill him. I don't know why I didn't like think of that earlier. So I'm going to be pushing out across the map while CakeSaucE is still defending my base so that I can get it up. I really should have macroed a little bit harder. I think that's been my biggest issue as a player, is that I just don't macro hard enough. And I think if I can get that together, then I should logically play better. So it looks like Raymond was trying to take this base right here. He is going to lose it. Well, I'll go for it later. And then this is when I push into purple's base and I see, yeah, he has mutas. And I should have, oh man, I wish it would have been more on top of that, of his missed micro right there. So let's see, he has 12 mutas, I have, let's see, 14 mutas, so I have slightly more. And I am going to force Raymond to, well, Raymond is going to lose this base, which is a good deny for us, because at this point in time, we need every advantage we can possibly take. Bunch of roaches are heading out towards my base. Luckily, I managed to pull back my mutas, and CakeSaucE was tanked up with his Hellion, so we were able to hold this. And now Purple's going to be pushing out with his mutas, which he has more than me at this point in time, which is kind of scary. So pretty much at this point in time, it becomes a game of, like, it comes down to muta control, because his mutas will wreck CakeSaucE. And I've got to be careful not to lose too many mutas and have to lose any of these stalkers. Luckily, the store comes in right in time and is able to get off a couple hits. I do lose more mutas in that engagement than I would have liked. Meanwhile, LevelOne is still trying to get himself back in the game. He is mining out this gold, and he does have an orbital, so these mules will be able to quickly mine this out. However, Starshoot just doesn't want us to win, so he is going to be scouting the gold, as he is trying to take control of this gold. But while his mutas were over there, I was able to take out this hatchery. And luckily, Reverend just didn't have enough game sense to move his humans over there, so I was able to deny that base for Starshoot. However, LevelOne is in a lot of trouble right now. He is going to lose his base. I think all of his SCVs, yep, that's it for him. All of his SCVs are dead. A little bit late on rallying that mule. And it looks like I'm going to try and see if I can get any of Starshoot's units. Nope, I'm pulling back right now. Meanwhile, they're trying to take, King Raymond's trying to take LevelOne's old base, which LevelOne doesn't have anything else. He has these Marines and these barracks, but he is supply blocked, as he has no supply depots. Sorry about that yawn. I feel like I just woke up. So Starshoot is just going mutiling, which isn't really great against CakeSauce's composition, but it can do a lot of damage to me if I'm not careful. But luckily, CakeSauce has started building Thors, and Thors are really good against mutas. In fact, Thors are really only good against 2 units, mutas and like Banshees. That's really about it. But well, Thors can take a lot of damage from siege tanks, and most people will micro down their Thors. So he does lose his Thors. However, he lost quite a few mutas in that engagement, as I was able to get a flank, and his Thors were able to kill quite a few of the mutas. Meanwhile, CakeSaucE was trying to take this gold. However, Reverend is just not going to have any of this. So CakeSaucE is going to be moving into the And yeah, Hellions, as it turns out, are not very good against stalkers. But what I do like is how the Hellions are doing damage to virtually all the stalkers, and they're at least able to take down the shield while I can get in there and kill a lot of these stalkers. So I think that was a good play for us. Meanwhile, there's a drone transfer. Wish we would have had vision over there. I wish we would have put an overlord. But nonetheless, they're trying to push out on my base once again. But luckily, CakeSaucE comes to the rescue. See, the real hero of this game is CakeSaucE. He's pretty much awesome. So you guys should want to play with CakeSaucE because he's a really good teammate, and he's just like really aware. So I start getting infestors because really that's like, I feel like that's going to be the key to a muta battle is infestors. If I can get like a fungal down, especially if I can get a fungal down for his Thors. Meanwhile, these guys are still on 2 bases. Yellow does have this base, and it's pretty saturated, which is kind of scary at this moment. Especially because Purple has been like so greedy this whole game, and he took Yellow's expansion. Meanwhile, Reverend, I don't know what Reverend's plan is. I think he's just going to go like Mass Stalker, maybe Colossi eventually, obviously with the robotics bay. But he doesn't have any upgrades. Meanwhile, Starshoot is actually +2 on attack, and my +2 just barely started. So if we get into a muta engagement, he is going to have that slight edge. However, he is going to fly into this composition, which is a lot of Thors. He's just got to be super careful. Yep, and the nice thing about Thors is that they can damage like almost all these mutas, and just even more mutas lost there. So this game is, we're managing to hold on at least, and if we win, it'll be because, well, you guys already know we win. I guess I shouldn't say if we win. But winning came down to the fact that like we just had better decision making and just better overall team play. I don't know if these guys are a pre-made team or if they were on Skype or anything. Oh, I did miss this. I killed Yellow's base right here so that he wasn't able to, well, so that basically Yellow is mined out. He doesn't have any other bases. He is going to try and take this one, but it's only a matter of time until I scout it and then go for it with my mutas or really anything. So Starshoot is sending his mutas out. He does have 32 mutas to my 28 mutas, and his mutas are more upgraded than mine. So right now I'm kind of panicking because he's chasing me, but I do have a couple more mutas that just popped, and I'm going to try and get in position with my infestors here, but he just decides to run. Probably the good thing, because if I would have got some fungals down, that just would have been really bad for him. So I'm trying to steer clear of these cannons right here. I don't know why I didn't just take them out at this point in time. I could have one-shotted this pylon. It's always funny to watch a game that you played, like, the next day. I guess in this context where I'm, like, casting, because you see all the little decisions that you made that were not good decisions to make, or that were not really informed decisions, is the best way to put it. So this is where I finally decide I'm sick of these cannons. Meanwhile, CakeSaucE is pushing in to Starshoot's main, his natural, and he is able to kill quite a few drones. However, Starshoot has so much money at this point in time that like he can afford to lose those drones. So this is the part where I kick Raymond off of his base. I just decided I'm sick of Raymond. Man, just doing so much damage with +2 mutas. Meanwhile, I'm getting +1 armor. I think his mutas have +1. No, his mutas don't have +1 armor. And it's just crazy to see like how close our muta balls were just at like every moment in the game. It's just crazy. So he's going for +3, and his mutas are just getting continually more scary, and Raymond is forced to long distance mine. Now if Raymond were really smart, he probably would have given all of his gas to either orange or to start orange or purple, because he has quite a bit of gas, but like really no. Okay, he did do a gas transfer, and I think he gave it to, I think he split it between the two. So I'm getting chased by mutas. It happens. It's part of life. Get chased by mutas. And my infestors are over here, and I'm hoping to bait them into my infestors to get some fungals down to kill a lot of these mutas. This is funny. Like everyone is like so mined out. And I'm able to get a good attack on Starshoot's base and kill quite a few of his mutas that were just hanging out there. See, now he has 60 mutas. Oh my god, I didn't even realize how many mutas he has. Oh no. Oh man, and that was terrible. I remember when that happened, when I lost all the infestors. That was so painful. So I've got 53 mutas, and he has... I have more. I didn't realize that, but... And I think my upgrade advantage is going to start favoring me. Yeah, that was not a good trade for me. Just too much, yeah, pretty much just a loss of muta control. That just didn't bode well for me. So I'm trying to get more infestors out, and I decided to take this base right here. Because at this point, I have a lot of money, so I can afford to take this base. It's just I don't have gas. So CakeSaucE is pushing into the base, into Reverend's base, and Reverend has Colossi, and Colossi outrange Thors. However, his Thors are 1, 2, 2, and he does have this tank here. So this tank will be able to defend against these Colossi. And meanwhile, here comes Starshoot. However, Starshoot, the thing is about Thors is that Thors prioritize air units. So even though he lost all of his Thors, Starshoot lost almost all of his mutas there. And now I'm going to come in with my now superior muta force, and I'm just going to be able to cause all kinds of damage and destroy this base right here. So pretty much that's it for Starshoot. He's pretty much dead. He is able to still mine off of this base because of his saturation, and I am able to kill these Colossus with my mutas. So that's when Raymond decides that this game is pretty much over. I'm so mad. So. A little bit of DM for me, but I don't know. When you open up with a 6 spool and a cannon rush, you just can't help but just be pissed off at the situation that these guys created. So Starshoot still thinks he's in this. He is producing more mutas, and he is 3-0. But however, I'm 2-1, so we're still pretty much even. And I am able to just. And I did have a better position. My mutas are more powerful. And, well, I didn't have more powerful mutas, I had more mutas. And more is always better. So, and that was the end of the game. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that game. And that just goes to show you that sometimes cheese isn't the end of the world, and that you can come back from cheese. And that when you do come back from cheese, it's like one of the most satisfying games of your life. Well, anyways, I just wanted to cast this game because... people have been saying they want to see some games of me playing, and I'm not very good personally, but whatever. If people want to see it, I'll give the people what they want. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you thought. Thanks.